like to share the story of my favorite hero, my brother Bill. Before my brother's struggle with depression, I didn't know much about mental illness. I didn't understand it. And it never occurred to me that it would affect my family. Bill was a happy, productive person. But as the pandemic stretched on, he stopped being able to get out of bed. Days turned into weeks and then months. I knew the isolation of the pandemic had many people feeling depressed, but Bill's reaction seemed extreme. He finally agreed to visit his doctor. I felt good because we had a plan. We met with a wonderful doctor who diagnosed him with depression. She prescribed medication and scheduled a follow-up appointment. We both left her office feeling hopeful. On the way out, I saw a pamphlet from a nonprofit agency that helps people with mental illness. I picked it up and suggested to Bill that he call. He never did. He also didn't improve after a few weeks on the medication. Was he taking it correctly? I felt so frustrated. I yelled at him. He started to cry. He didn't know why he wasn't better. My heart broke seeing him like this. I realized that if he had cancer, I would support him without question. This was no different. My brother needed help, and I needed to educate myself about mental illness. Bill's mental health got worse over the next 6 months. The depression cost him everything. He lost his job, his savings, his apartment, and his confidence. He had to move in with me and my family. I felt so lost and alone. My hope had faded, and I didn't know where to start. I needed guidance. I was not going to abandon my brother, but I was struggling to support him. One night, while paying my bills, I found that pamphlet I picked up from the doctor's office. It was for a mental health agency, EmploymentOptions. Bill never called them. It was my turn to try. When I called, a compassionate person answered the phone. They started to help immediately. Bill became a member of the EmploymentOptions Clubhouse. Because of the pandemic, he couldn't physically go there, but they offered a lot of virtual support and phone calls. It took time, but Bill is on all the lists for housing, and he has a part-time job at the local grocery store. It's not perfect, but Bill is regaining his confidence and his life. It's comforting to know I have EO as a resource. As I look back, I'm grateful for 2 things. My brother is still in my life, and the path we took together made us both better people. EmploymentOptions taught us that recovery is possible. They showed us that mental health conditions deserve the same compassion as any other illness. They helped us both find our inner strength. Mental health recovery is a perilous journey that requires bravery and courage. And when these individuals emerge, we regard them as heroes. I may not fly or have superhuman strength, but my actions are just as powerful, bringing optimism, courage, and perseverance to my brother. Now more than ever, people are suffering from anxiety and depression brought on by isolation, illness, and unemployment. We need to join together to reach those in need of help. The most heroic thing you can do? Donate tonight and help us keep this crusade going.
Hi, Hope.
Hi, Shannon. I am so honored to be here tonight at EmploymentOptions to join you for the Hope Virtual Gala. Thank you for listening to my story. This past year was a tough one for both Bill and I. Shannon, EmploymentOptions supports so many that are touched by mental health conditions. I was lucky to find you.
Thank you, Hope. Your story invokes such a strong feeling, and it is one that is all too familiar to us. I appreciate your willingness to share your brother's difficult journey with all of us tonight.
I know that his journey to recovery is not a straight and steady road, but having EmploymentOptions as a resource and a partner gives us hope for the future.
Never underestimate the power of hope. Hope fuels us with the courage and the energy to go forward during these dark, difficult times. There is an uncertainty that impacts all of us right now. Many who have never experienced mental health challenges are overcome with anxiety and depression. Tonight, you will hear those powerful stories that demonstrate courage, resiliency, and perseverance. This pandemic has brought mental health to the forefront. And we know this is a marathon and not a sprint. We are here for the long haul, and with your support this evening, we can continue to push the platform forward and grow our services to reach those that need us the most. Mental health recovery is real and possible, as you will hear from our EMCee this evening. I am honored to introduce David Seymour, who has been a longtime friend and supporter of Employment Options.
Thank you. I appreciate the introduction. Hope, thank you as well. Hi, welcome. I'm Dave Seymour. We're going to spend some time together tonight, and we're going to cover some ground. We're going to have some fun, but at the same time, tonight's mission has a purpose, not only to highlight the powerful, impactful work that Employment Options does, but we're also going to raise some money, and not just a little bit of money. We're going to raise a lot of money tonight, and we're going to do that with your help, because my notes tell me quite clearly right here, over 300 of you have registered for tonight's gala, live, streaming. I think we're on Facebook and TikTok, and I don't know where else we are, but we're everywhere on social media, because the message is profound, and your donations, your help, your support are also very, very profound. We're going to raise write that number down, $25,000 tonight. That's our goal, and we're going to achieve that together. Before we move forward, before we get into our program and our presentation fully, we have some VIPs in the audience this evening. We have some distinguished guests who have been supporters of Employment Options for quite a while now. First of all, Senator Jamie Eldridge, Representative Danielle Gregoire, Mayor Arthur Vigent. I'm working on the names. Please forgive me if I don't do a great job with it. Commissioner of EMCee, Toni Wolfe. Thank you for your support. It's important to everybody here at Employment Options. My name is Dave Seymour. Some people recognize me from the TV show Flippin' Boston that we did a few years back on the A&E network. But that's not what it's about tonight. It's about a journey that I took and how I've aligned myself with Employment Options, not just for a little while, but for a very long time now. We're here to support mental health issues. We're here to support people with addiction. We're here to give some people who need that family connection that they don't get out there in the real world an opportunity to connect, to be tactile, to know that they're not alone. 31 years ago, in a couple of days now, I drank my last drug. I too am a sober alcoholic. I've been on a journey for a long time. I've rode my own roller coaster up and down, if you will. And the one thing I know throughout the whole journey in my sober life was I never did it alone. I learned in AA that to get a good sponsor is important. If you're listening to yourself for a sponsor, the guys used to tell me you've got a fool for a sponsor, and I know what they meant. I learned in my journey in sobriety that secrets kill people. If we don't put the stuff out into the light, if we let it fester in the dark, then people die. I was just thinking a little bit back there before we started this evening. We've lost some incredible people to mental illness through suicide, through drugs, alcohol, through bipolar disorders. Robin Williams, one of my favorites. Anthony Bourdain, the famous chef on TV. People who were in our spotlight for years and we didn't know. So tonight it's about shining light into the dark, showing everybody the power of Employment Options, what they've been able to do to support people. We're in the clubhouse right now. It's usually packed. There's usually hubbub, there's usually laughter, maybe a few tears, maybe a little anger, but a lot of joy and happiness as the family here has supported itself for many, many years now, many years going forward. So here's the flow of this evening. We're going to be very blessed to have people share their story through video to be able to show you exactly what Employment Options has been able to do for them personally. The first video we're going to share is from a gentleman, Scott. He's known throughout the world for his caricatures. He's an accomplished career drawing superheroes and working in the tech field. But like many superheroes, Scott also struggled with his own mental health issues. Scott's mental health began to decline and it took a toll on his life. the subject matter that we discover and highlight tonight isn't just an individual disease. It's so often been a family disease. It affects everybody that somebody cares about when they're working and suffering through mental illness challenges. His decline took a toll on his life, and feeling as though he was a superhero through Employment Options and many programs helped him to get where he is today. We're not alone, and Scott's a testimony to that. So let's hear from him.
My name is Scott Hamilton. I'm an illustrator and caricature artist, and I'm also a senior QA test engineer for a software company. My whole life I've been, picked on, beat up, bullied, child and adult. I'm a big guy, but I still don't like confrontation. And I was in a lot of high-stress situations, a lot of high-stress jobs, but didn't talk to anybody, didn't talk to my friends, didn't talk to my family, didn't talk to my wife about it. I would just say, it's fine. Everything's fine. Put that mask of the happy face up for everybody, but be off sitting in the other room not wanting to move. And I wanted to go up to the roof of the building and jump off. Instead, called my wife. Left work, was hospitalized for a week. Best thing that ever happened to me. I was then in an outpatient program for another week. And then I was on my couch for about 2 or 3 weeks, doing nothing. I just didn't want to do anything. A woman from Employment Options called me and asked me if I wanted to come down and talk to her. And I came down here and talked to her and ended up becoming a member. The turning point was just coming here. That's it, just becoming a member on day one. The first day I came here, instead of sitting on my couch, that right there turned the corner for me. Because now I had something I had to do every single day, whether I wanted to or not. I forced myself to come down here. And after a week, I didn't have to force myself anymore. I woke up, got to get dressed, got to go to Employment Options. So I was leading projects and helping people do things and helping the staff. And then my mentor got me on Indeed.com, and I found the best job I've ever had. But if it wasn't for these people, I would probably, I don't know where I'd be. For me, hope means something that will help you achieve a goal. There's definitely hope here. You can't come in here and not have hope. When you create, it comes from a passion. It's not drive, it's not persistence, it's passion. You have to have passion for what you're doing. You have to have a love for it. Anybody that's not able to achieve a goal because of fear should just do it. Fight through the fear. Do whatever you can to try to make that goal happen, whether other people don't think it's realistic. This place means the world to me, and to me it means life, because if I didn't have this place, I might not still have it. Everyone in their family has someone with a mental illness, whether they know it or not. People supporting Employment Options may give that person help or an option to come here and receive some kind of guidance. This organization helps a lot of people, does a lot of things, so support is key in helping Employment Options help as many people as humanly possible.
What a powerful story. Listening to Scott, there was a phrase that I heard earlier on in my own journey, and it talked about terminal uniqueness. Terminal uniqueness. Terminal meaning obviously death, and uniqueness meaning me only. You heard from Scott in his testimony there that, to be faced with dire consequences for how he felt, just crushed, sitting on the couch and having no purpose and feeling alone, and Employment Options became that purpose for him. And then as the journey continued for him and he got off the couch, if you listen carefully, what he described was the light that support really offers. He had to get off the couch. He had to get dressed. He had to go to Employment Options, which for him was like a work environment and a family environment. You know, the group here, you can't see the ladies over there, I can, and they'll giggle, but you know what? It's that family feeling. I was reading some of the banners in the back room over there. Family, it's life, laughter, friendship, connectivity, just the ability to go somewhere and be loved no matter what position or state you're in, and to feel supported going forward. And here's something that I didn't know, and I got filled in on this. Oh, by the way, have you donated yet? Hello? Because if you haven't, don't make me wait in the bushes outside your house, because I will. I'm just saying, make sure that you make a donation this evening. I found out that Employment Options has a full service catering department. They have the ability to teach employment skills to people who are looking for some of that drive. I know that some, what's it called? A delicious VIP box. I know they're all on their phones going, delicious VIP box. Yeah, the ability to teach people a skill. You know, mental illness not only strips us of that, like we said, connectivity to human beings, but it strips us of the ability to go out into society and be productive. And Employment Options has been able to create a full, right over there right now, and I'm starving, Marvin, just to let you know. I could be in there snacking right now if I wanted to, but a full service kitchen. I watched the video that you're about to see, and I was waiting for Gordon Ramsay to pop in there and do an episode of Hell's Kitchen. It's that professional in there. So just take a look at what they are able to do for the clients that are part of this community.
Over the years, Employment Options service models have become an essential tool for recovery for our members. The service models not only provide a paycheck, but also a sense of purpose, opportunities to learn, and a chance to work with others. Steady work gives hope for a better future, which is vital to recovery from mental illness. 8 years ago, Employment Options launched a social enterprise called Catering Options, a full-service professional catering company that provides workforce development and culinary training for young adults. Utilizing the culinary arts as a training tool for high-risk populations who have barriers to employment is a proven pathway to stable employment and self-sufficiency. This program has been beneficial for the individual, our community, and our local businesses. Employment Options is creating opportunities for individuals to showcase their abilities in a work environment that fosters growth, independence, and empowerment. In partnership with Quinsigamond Community College, interns participate in job readiness, educational classes, and a full culinary curriculum. They earn college credits and work on all aspects of the catering operation, from menu planning, food prep, setup, customer service, and breakdown. They spend months working side by side with the executive chef and culinary training team. In total, this program has a 90% graduation rate and has trained over 200 people. After graduating, many move on to work in hospital kitchens, grocery store chains, and in small restaurants throughout Massachusetts. Some have even gone on to complete management trainings, and others, well, they started their own catering companies. The hope is that after graduating, these young adults can continue to develop their talents and live independently in their communities. Catering Options is a prime example of a successful Employment Options program. When you hire Catering Options, you delight your guests with exceptional food and service while helping to transform lives. Experience delicious food with a purpose.
Wow, isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Look at us. Are you participating? Are you involved? You can get involved through your donations. Now, I'm listening to the ladies over here, and I know we have some technical challenges. Please, 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 carry on with QuickBid. If you can watch us on Facebook, that's fantastic. If you're having some challenges, don't worry. We're doing everything we can to make sure that you can see everything that's going on here. The team was just informing me during that video that the catering department will cater to individuals. You could pick up your lunches and your dinners here. It's a full-service restaurant. How cool is that? How cool? I don't know about you guys, but I was starving, Marvin, just watching the preparation of that work. That chicken looked absolutely delicious. So if my wife is watching, which you should be, honey, I'm looking for some snacks when I get home. All right, my belly's grumbling right now. I might be raiding the kitchen over here at the same time. So as a part of the process and the organization here, we're going to talk now about the Toni A. Wolfe Power of Change Award. The award is designed to recognize individuals or groups for their extraordinary contributions in the area of community improvement or social justice during the past year or years of service. This year's recipient, I don't know if we got sound effects, but it's time for a drum roll. I can do it. Don't worry about it, guys. It's all good. This year's recipient, I'm having fun over here, ladies. I'm telling you, all on my own. Where is everyone? Hello? Forget COVID. Let's party. This year's recipient for the award, Hospitality and Recreation Management Workforce Training Program, goes to the Quinsigamond Community College. I got it right! Hey! No, seriously, Quinsig College are the recipients of this award. Now, we're going to do a COVID-friendly presentation. You're going to see a video now, and the presenter will be Anna Romo, a longtime member of the Employment Options team, and is also a graduate of Cooking Up a Career, right? So she's going to be the presenter, and then you're going to see the recipient of the award. The QCC training team has been a culinary trainer and partner with Employment Options for over 8 years now. They have forever changed the lives of over 200 people. This is about impacting people's lives. We do it with money, we do it with support, we do it with courage, with commitment, and that's how we get to impact the lives of these people that need our services and help. They're passionate about working with people who have mental health conditions. So here is that COVID-style presentation of Anna Maria Romo presenting to Peter Tamulus. Let's see that video, guys.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I am a graduate of Cooking Up a Career and honored to present Quinsigamond Community College with the Toni A. Wolfe Power of Change Award. They have been culinary training partner for over 8 years with Employment Options and have changed the lives of 200 people who graduated. They provide hope for the future.
Good evening. Quinsigamond Community College is honored to accept the Toni A. Wolfe Power of Change Award. We've been partners with Employment Options for many years and have had many classes here. In fact, when I spoke with Shannon about the award, she mentions that she has encountered people who have taken the classes several years ago who tell her how much they really enjoyed the class. And I believe that wasn't because they enjoyed all of the administrative work that was necessary to put the program together, but I think they enjoyed the encounter with the great staff that we have in the culinary program. People like Matt and Rebecca, Casimir, Catherine, Donna, Brandy, all of those have participated in the program over the years. And they did more than just the skills. That wasn't their intent, to just provide skills and knowledge. But they gave them the ability not just to do a better job preparing meals, but to actually be ready to work in the kitchen. Equally important was the support provided to the participants by the staff here at Employment Options, who encouraged them, worked with them, and got them ready to go out into the world of work and facilitated that transition in places of employment. So once again, Quinsigamond Community College is appreciative of this award, and we look forward to many more years of engagement with Employment Options.
purpose, right? It's about giving people purpose. Everybody wants to feel valued. Everybody wants to feel like they're making a contribution. Employment Options has been able to give that to people who need that help and support. I can see you. I can see you and you and you, and I see you over there as well. I see you all. And what I also see, I just found out, is that the bidding is going berserk. And for that, I am personally grateful, and I know that this team is absolutely grateful. I know you're bidding on a little Mohegan Sun overnight action. I know you're bidding on a little clam bake, a little clam chowder, right? A little lobster. I know what you're doing. I'm watching you. I'll let you in on a little secret as well. The Gronkadonk cleat, nicely framed up, is out of my own personal connection. Once he went down to Tampa, I got to be honest, I fell out of love. So the Gronk sneaker came from my basement collection, and now it's yours for the taking. Overbid that bad boy. He's going to the Super Bowl again. Don't forget, we got a Super Bowl party for you to have some fun with as well. Look, every single donation you make is making a difference. It's making a difference in the lives of these people. You know, I'm thinking as I'm doing this live with you, and I might get a little teary, like it or lump it. What you see is what you get. But I was thinking about some of the challenges I've had in my own career, right? My own journey in sobriety. And I reflect back to one of the worst days in my sober life. And it was the day that I had to clean out a family home because my marriage had failed. And I remember I was at the bottom of a set of stairs, and I was curled up in a fetal position. And I was hurting. I was lonely. And I had to break down a little toy train set that I had built for my now oldest son. And that was just the camel that broke, the straw that broke the camel's back. And I remember laying there, knowing that I couldn't drink, knowing that the option was to just hang in. And it was amazing to me because, you know, there's something bigger and better than us at work. You call it whatever you want, Buddha, God, the universe, whatever. It doesn't matter what you call it. But it came to my rescue that day because I had belief in the people around me. And I remember my first friend showed up, Toni. And then he made a phone call, and then came Johnny. And then came Bert. And then came Dave. And I wasn't alone because I had become a part of something. And I think mental illness, the driver behind it, the pain behind it, is that we've always felt like we were a part from instead of a part of. And I'm telling you now, Employment Options allows people to be a part of something instead of a part from. Together we are strong. On our own we are weak. We shine light in the dark. We don't hide it anymore. Just like Michael Phelps, just like some of the other celebrities that we know who stand up and say, me too. I deal with this pain every day, but you're not alone. So I think that's important. So Anna and Quinsig, congratulations, and thank you for all of your help and support. How are we doing? Are we kicking butt and taking names, right? Do we have pom-poms flying around? So proud. I see you. Don't make me wait in the bushes, because I will. I see you. All right, next up is Liz. Now, I could pull her on camera live, but I think she would crumble on the floor in fear. She would like vibrate. Do you know what FEAR stands for, by the way? FEAR stands for false evidence appearing real. That's what it stands for. I learned a long time ago that fear is just something we have yet to do, right? My sobriety is just something that somebody is yet to do. If somebody's already done what I want to do, I just follow in their footsteps. So Liz, no, I won't do that to her. It's not fair. So Liz Galachensky, good Irish girl, Galachensky is Director of Programs here at Director of Programs and Services here at Employment Options. And we've had a lot of fun just preparing for tonight. But she has her own testimony and her own message that she wants to share with you, so pay attention.
My name is Liz Galachensky. I am the Director of Programs and Services here at Employment Options. I came from the corporate world, and mental health is not part of my background. And coming here, it's been the best job I've ever had. So I think one of the specialties or one of the things that make us unique is that we are one of the only mental health agencies that work with a family as a whole. And for anyone that's a parent out there of young children, you can only imagine how more complicated things are when you have a mental illness. So we are there for the parent and the child and the family as a whole unit to support them and make sure they have the resources and attend school IEP meetings and court cases. And that's one of the things that we do. And I love that we serve the whole family. This staff really, really rose to the occasion, and we quickly turned our everyday program, day program, into a virtual online program. The foundation of our program is working side by side, staff and member. It's being in close proximity, doing things together. So this whole virtual component added a different layer of what the club means. But what it has done is it has opened up to people that weren't able to come in through the doors. So our existing members are still able to access all of our programming, and they still do every day through Zoom or Facebook Live. And then it's opened up, we've seen members that we haven't seen in years that weren't comfortable coming in the door or had physical limitations, and they're on. So we've been able to reach. So no matter what happens with the future of this club will always remain a hybrid club after the way that we've seen the way that it reaches people. To me, a community is a community, and what this pandemic has shown me is that our club isn't just about four walls. It's about the relationships that go wherever anybody is. And I think one of the things is that a lot of times when people come here, they have heard the word, no, you can't, that's not possible. And they walk in the door, and here we're like, of course you can. What do you want to do? You want to go to work? Of course you can work. We'll help you get to work.
All right, now listen, and listen very carefully. Are you paying attention? We have the ability for you to make a donation, right? A commitment at the 500 level. I don't know where the information is. I'm so excited right now, I'm buzzing around. But apparently the 500 commitment, there it is, thank you guys, right? Provides one student an 8-week training course in our culinary certificate program. So here's what I'm going to do. For the next 2 people that make that $500 donation, I'm gonna match it. I'm gonna match it. 3 to 1. Here we go. Watch this. Watch this. Let's go. Give me 2 of those donations and I'll make it 3. I'll say it again. Give me 2 of those donations, I'll make it 3. Tell me as soon as it comes in and I'll give you my credit card. Now, that's at the 500 level. What do we do next? This is so exciting. I feel like I'm on a game show now. This is awesome. The Price is Right. So that's at the 500 level. The 250 provides a tablet or a smart, S-M-A-R-H-T, smartphone and data access to keep 2 isolated members connected. For me personally, this is incredibly powerful because I know what it felt like to be alone. So that connectivity is awesome. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Give me 2 250 commitments, 2 250 commitments, and I'm adding in the 3rd one. So we're doing a 2-for-1 on both of these, all right? So pull out the credit cards, let's get in the game, let's participate and show people that we care. We have a responsibility. I was thinking about this. We got one 500. I need 1 more to make my 500 real. Come on. Where's that guy who was there last time we did this? I can't remember his name. What was his name? Give me his address. I'm going over his house. Right up in the bushes. Do this. Force this, push this. I was thinking about this before. I've met some incredible folks here, just the production crew alone. Positive energy. The law of the universe says like will attract like. And I was thinking about the fact of how cool is it that we're in a position where we can help. We have a responsibility that when the hand goes out for help, we got 2 of them, 2 500s. Yeah! Love this. Love this. Now, don't let me down my 250s. I gave you a little back door to slide through on the 250s. So 2 250s gets another 250 from me. But when the hand reaches out for help, we as human beings have a responsibility to reach back down and always help somebody up. It's not a hand out. It's a hand up. And there is an absolute difference to that. So participate. Get in this this cool environment where we get the empowerment. Look at me. I'm buzzing right now. I don't. 250s. Where does that put us? We got to be over 20 grand now, right? We're right there.
Give me 1 second.
We're over 20,000. All right. We will get to 25,000 tonight. Liz, put your husband on standby, okay? I'm about to rock his world right now, I'm telling you. So we'll make sure that we take care of that. Look, I've lost my script. I don't even know what's going on anymore. How are you doing? How you doing? Are you having fun? Listen, it's okay. It's okay to have fun in something as serious as this. It really is. We don't ever forget why we're here. We're here to save people's lives. I served as a firefighter and a paramedic in the city of Lynn, Massachusetts for 16 years. I loved the fire service. I absolutely loved it. But there was a couple of things about that community and that environment. I was thinking about this earlier on. You know, I would serve as a paramedic, help an overdose, for example. Narcan would take the heroin off of the receptors in the brain, and the people would come back to life and breathe again. And then I'd take them to the hospital, and I'd see them in a meeting that night, or I'd see them in a meeting the next day, and you could see the confusion in their brains. And for me, it did two things. It knew that I could make a difference from the medical side, but I could also support the journey in the sobriety side and the mental health challenges. We're only one person away from saving somebody's life. You're one donation away from supporting this incredible program. And I'm looking at these lovely ladies over here. They're not doing it for financial freedom. They're doing it, right? You're doing it because it's a calling. It's a passion. It's as simple as that. Are you the human being that supports the passion of wonderful people like this so that they can go out and do the good works that they do? So we got another video coming up. It's a young lady by the name of Dre, or Drea. If I pronounce her name wrong, please accept my apologies. But she's a 20-year-old mom. And I used to go to a meeting every Saturday morning in Lynn. And the ladies from the residential shelter would come over. These are ladies who have gone through their own challenges, drugs and alcohol. And I would listen to the pain that they went through in being separated from their children and how their addiction was just taken away from them. And yet, with the help of AA, NA, employment options, services, support, these powerful women would come out of these meetings and go out and get their children back, get their lives back, be productive members of their community. And that is a powerful process in itself to experience. Dre's going to share her story with you because it's exactly the same thing.
I've done a few tours where I get the history and the background of employment options, and I love sharing that and letting people know that I came here at a time where I was really, really down. I didn't realize I had a mental illness until I was well into my 20s, when the first time I got sober. I lost my son. I haven't had custody of my son for 6 years, but I have a great relationship with him. I speak to him every day. We video chat just about all the time, but he's my light. He's what makes me drive to be the mom that I should have been before I let drugs take over my life. And he gets to see that now, and me working, and me actually being able to buy Christmas gifts this year. This year was the first year that I actually, I bought my family Christmas gifts, and I was so proud of myself. I hadn't had a job in 10 years. I hadn't worked. So I had that fear of, what if I'm not able to? I took a course. It was a workshop to learn some work skills. After that, the pandemic hit. So I had all this momentum, and then everything was at a standstill. And I didn't know what to do. I started to go into a little bit of a depression, and having EO there for me to give me work to do, busy work, keep me busy, have me do assignments, kept me from going into a deep depression. At first, I worked just in the club kitchen. It gave me something to wake up and do. I needed that purpose to get me out of sitting in my house in those four walls. Food is the way to the soul. You know what I mean? Like, I had some members that were so grumpy and grouchy with me, but me serving them every day, they started to lighten up. I started to get a hello. I started to get a hi, how you doing? What's for breakfast or what's for lunch? It was a way to start to socialize and get to know people of all ages. And that's the atmosphere that I loved about the club, is that it was family, it was judgment free. I could come in here with a bad day and get the help and support, even whether it was from the members or from the staff. I had a little bit more confidence with everything that I've learned with EO and the workshop to just try and go get a job. I walked in, I did the interview, and he hired me on the spot. And it was like, yes, confirmation. And wow, because I really enjoy my job. I enjoy the people that I work with. I enjoy my customers, but I enjoy that. It fills a void within myself when I help people. And it gave me a way to have purpose, guidance, and know that there's light. It's not always dark. It's not always dark. And you will have your ups and downs. But as long as you ask for help, there's nothing that you can't do. The hope I feel now is that I am a capable person now. I let fear stop me from even going to get a degree. Catering options and employment options help me become the best version of myself, and it's only getting better. And if I hadn't started here, I wouldn't have started wanting to work. I wouldn't have crawled out of that depression. I wouldn't have climbed into wanting to be successful, wanting to help people, wanting to be maybe a peer support specialist. All of these new things that are coming to me are because I started here.
Now, if you didn't hear that, I'm going to clarify it for you. First of all, she said confirmation, right? Confirmation. It was confirmed that I was valuable enough to get a job. I was valuable enough to get a job. The void that she talked about was being filled. I had a sponsor early in AA, and he used to say to me, David, we have a soul sickness. He said, there was a void in my stomach. He said, and I poured in drugs and alcohol and shopping and money and everything I could to try to fix the problem. He said, and the problem was never fixed because it needed to be fixed from the inside out and not the outside in. The inside out means people care, people love, people support, and her void was filled and her purpose was then put into place. And I love what she said. She turned around and she said, food feeds the soul. It feeds a little bit more than that sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So all of us resonate, all of us understand. So look, Toni, I know what you did. We're proud of you. We are. The girls over there are giggling like little high school girls for what you just did. We appreciate you and thank you. I got a couple of shout outs. Now, Sam, I know you're 18 and you're way too cool for school, but Mom says you wanted a little shout out, so you got one anyway. Okay, Sam? Now, Jack, Nate, and Julia. That's a little Beatles song. I'll fill you in on that one later. You all get a shout out as well. And seeing as we're doing the shout outs, MB, my wife, my bride. Woo! Here come the tears. The rock that I get to stand on so I can look cool. I love you and thank you, because without her, I can't do any of this stuff. And my little guys at home, Jefferson and Bennett, if Mom got the link right, because she's sometimes technically challenged as well. Hopefully you get to see it. I love you all. Everything I am and everything I have is a direct result of two things. First of all, my sobriety, but secondly, my family. Employment Options is a family for those people that need help and support. So let's go back to the donations. Come on, show me the money, Jerry. Let's do it again. We did it already over here. By the way, you guys killed it. We are over $25,000 worth of donations already tonight, and I ain't done yet. I'm just getting warmed up here, you know what I'm saying? Scent of a Woman, you gotta know that movie, fantastic movie. All right, $200 donation provides a week of summer camp for a child. We're gonna do the 2-for-1. The next 2 donations at $200 gets another donation from me, so that's another $600 coming in. So dig deep. I know you want to participate. Get in this game. So $200 right there. Are you going to give me another one? What do you got? I still see them. They're all sitting at home and they're all going for their credit cards. They're looking for a buy-in. Okay, a $100 donation provides a month's worth of rides to essential workers. Text EOI to 56651, just in case you can't see that on your screen. The next 2 $100 donations gets another $100 from me as well going forward. I'm having so much fun here. Can we do this all night long? We can do it West Coast, East Coast. We can even go European. I know some folks back in London where I'm from.
There's folks in Canada watching?
I'm not going to do that to them. I do a terrible Canadian accent. I got everything else buttoned up quite nicely.
We have California.
California, the avocado country right there, right? Everything's got to have avocado on it in California. We all know that. Avocado toast. I don't know what that is. I don't understand it. But my Californians, thank you. God bless you. We love you. My Canadians, yeah. Well, Canadians, I don't know what to say. You're really good at tobogganing and skiing and donating to Employment Options. So it doesn't get any better than that, right? Awesome. So let's do this. I don't even know where I am anymore, guys. I'm all over the place. All right. Let's do this. $50 donate. Nah, 50s. Take that off the screen. I don't even want 50s. I tell you what we'll do on the 50s. Give me 4 $50 donations, and I'll match it with $200. All right? So do that. Do that. Do that. 4 donations at 50. I'll pony down as. I feel like I'm in Vegas. You know, have you ever played the tables there, and it's magic money now. It's just like, oh, some more money. I got to be careful what I'm saying here. I'm gonna have to thumb a ride home. So good, so good. We're going to hear from a young lady. Her name is Emily. Emily is a young lady. She couldn't find a job or keep a job. Her interactive skills with employers was challenged due to her own mental illness. Not an uncommon scenario for some folks to deal with going forward. When Emily found Employment Options, she was able to stabilize, to calm, to vocalize. They taught her that it's okay to just be in your body. It's all right. You're okay. You're taken care of. And that gave her the ability to go into the workforce, communicate better with her employers, and give herself some stability going forward. So another success story. Let's hear from Emily.
I didn't have a job. I was struggling really heavily with my depression and my anxiety. I started just coming here like every single day and just, getting involved with the volunteer options they have here and stuff like that. And I went to a lot of different events they had, and I was able to make friends here, and I was able to kind of get my feet on the ground while I was here. I had a few jobs on and off while I was working here until I figured out what I really wanted to do. Now I feel like I found the job that I'm really passionate about, and it's just been a journey. I love my coworkers, and I love doing art, and I love to help people with their art, and I love to give feedback and advice. I've learned so much about art and crafting that I didn't know before, and I'm doing a really great job at work. I'm really proud of my performance, and I credit a lot of that to Employment Options for helping me to work on that journey. I definitely learned that it's okay to have struggles, and that a lot of people struggle with their mental health, and that doesn't make you doomed to never be a good employee. I feel like I'm one of the best employees at Michael's, regardless of having a mental health condition. And now I'm able to go to work, and what you would think is kind of like a mundane, regular retail job, it's so much more than that. I'm able to actually help people who are in the middle of a pandemic find a craft that's good for them and for their kids. And I'm passionate about it, and I really want to help them find that craft. And I'm able to brighten someone's day by just giving them a nice smile, or saying hey, like, come back and show me what you made. And people do, and they come and they show me a picture of what they made, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so great, like, I love it. It's just the little things, but I feel like I'm making a bigger difference than I even realize sometimes. No one is ever in too bad of a condition to come here. It's open to everybody, everyone's welcome, and no matter what your struggles are, and no matter what my struggles are, I never feel judged. I'm able to come here and have a bad day, have anxiety, and talk to anyone here about it, and everyone's sort of on the same page. And it's just a really great feeling of just being on the same level as everybody else. I got stronger here, and I grew as a person and as an individual. I've gained a lot of hope about who I am as a person. Working at this job, it's been the most successful job I've ever had, and that gives me a lot of hope that I have a bright future ahead of me. I'm enrolled in school for the spring. There's a lot of hope, and there's a lot of things coming together in my life, and it makes me feel really good.
Are you listening to me? Another success story. Somebody's life impacted for the good because of the work that they do here. Now everybody, I see you, I know who you are. Look at your smartphone, your smartwatch, your computer, your alarm clock, your TikTok, whatever you got going on. Look at the time right now. Look at 7 o'clock and deduct how many minutes are left, because that's all the time that you have. Now is the opportunity to be a part of this. Now is the opportunity to look back and say, yeah, I made an impact. Yeah, that crazy English guy from flipping Boston busted my chops bad enough that I got in the game. I saw it. I wanted to be a part of something, because you can. With a donation, $50, $1,000, $2,000, whatever it is. Every penny counts to support these people going forward. Okay? You got it? Time's running out. 7 o'clock, the auction shuts down. The auction shuts down. You know what? I got to throw one more in there. I can't help it. If you're a New England Patriots fan, listen to me carefully. I'm just adding something now. Wes Welker, one of the best guys we ever had, took us to so many Super Bowls, a signed Wes Welker New England Patriots helmet. I threw it in the pot. I want your husband bidding on it right now. I want a minimum reserve of maybe $250 on there, maybe $300 if you're feeling aggressive. Wes Welker signed helmet, throw that in the pot as well. I'll even ship it to your house. I'll show up. I'll bring some catering from Employment Options and a little snack, okay? Those of you that donated tonight are the superheroes. We love you. God bless you. And thank you for every single action you took tonight to help this incredible organization. God bless, and I'll see you next year. Thanks. Take care.